Hi guys! I'm Siri, welcome to the iOS Beta News channel. Today we will talk about future Apple products. Apple last updated the iPad mini in March 2019, more than 2 years ago. Before that, however, there was an even longer gap, released as part of Apple's March Madness Hardware Week. The 5th Gen 2019 model was the first update to Apple's smallest tablet since September 2015. The iPad mini has always had a fanbase because of its compact size, but following the 2019 update it became the best value iPad currently on the market. Apple fans are never satisfied, however, and if you're wondering when the company will release the next iPad mini, and what design changes, new features, and tech specs you can. Release date. Is there going to be another iPad mini? Yes, we think so. But sadly it didn't get announced at the Apple event on April 20th. However, no new iPad mini appeared in April. Well-connected analyst Ming-Chi Kuo indicated in May 2021 that the iPad mini will appear in the second half of the year. This echoes a March report from Korean site Naver that indicated that the iPad mini was currently in the design P2 stage, beyond the R&D stage and the planning stage, and seems to be moving to the DVT P3 stage sooner or later. Based on that development schedule, Naver concluded that the iPad mini Pro model will be released in the second half of the year. Design. Things were kept broadly conservative in the 2019 update to the iPad mini, for obvious reasons. If the Mini and Air had received the radical, home button-free design of the 2018 iPad Pro models, it would have instantly made those very expensive devices less special. Now that the 2020 iPad Air has launched and not only gone full screen with no home button, but actually retained Touch ID, could the iPad mini follow in its footsteps? There are rumors suggesting that the design of the iPad mini will change. Screen size will increase from 7.9 inches to 8.4 inches, without increasing the overall size of the device. Screen will go almost all the way to the edge of the new model. But the home button will remain, as will Touch ID. New features and specs. Specs-wise, the iPad mini's likely route is gentle incremental improvement, rather than a revolutionary overhaul. Here's what we expect to change. In general, when predicting features for the next iPad mini, it must be kept in mind that Apple will almost always want to roll these out to the pros first, then trickle them down. Face ID or Touch ID. If the mini loses the home button, it is likely that Touch ID will be moved to the side button, as in the case of the iPad Air. It's certainly unlikely that the iPad mini will gain Face ID when the iPad Air didn't. In fact, there remain some doubts about Face ID on iPad, because tablets aren't picked up as much as smartphones. On the larger iPad Pro in particular, you often have to lean forward over the desk to get your mug in the camera's viewfinder, but that'll be far less of an issue with the light, portable iPad mini. Apple Pencil and keyboard options. We suspect that compatibility with the wonderful 2nd Gen Apple Pencil could arrive in this generation as it arrived on the iPad Air back in September 2020. It's likely that the iPad mini will continue to just be compatible with Bluetooth keyboards, unless Apple designs a smart keyboard folio specifically for that smaller device. Lightning or USB-C. We may see the iPad mini move from Lightning to USB-C for charging, as was the case with the iPad Air in 2020. Audio. Apple may also upgrade the 2019 mini stereo to quad speakers, something that's been offered on the Pro range since 2015. The 2022 Apple Watch could feature blood sugar tracking and may measure alcohol too. The Apple Watch 7 isn't expected until this fall, but the model after that is already looking more exciting. Rumors of Apple trying to incorporate some kind of blood sugar monitoring for the Apple Watch date all the way back to 2017, and CEO Tim Cook was even reportedly seen wearing a prototype device around the company campus. 4 years later, the Apple Watch tracks myriad health stats, but blood sugar levels still aren't present without additional, expensive specialist hardware. It seems that that could change soon, with evidence not coming from Apple itself, but from a startup that's about to go public. The company makes sensors which read multiple blood signals without the use of medical equipment, including lactate, alcohol, carbon monoxide, blood pressure, blood oxygen, core body temperature, and glucose. It's likely the last of these that is of special interest to Apple, given the more recent blood glucose rumors for the Apple Watch 7. Unfortunately, it sounds like that could be a little too soon. Rockley CEO Andrew Rickman told The Telegraph that he expects its technology to be in consumer products next year, though he would not be drawn on whether it would be in an Apple product or not. That lack of transparency is unsurprising given the level of secrecy Apple requires from its suppliers and partners. The filing makes it clear why Apple would be interested in working with Rockley, with the company boasting of lasers up to 1 million times higher resolution, 1,000 times higher accuracy, and 100 times broader range in wavelengths compared with existing LED offerings in wearable solutions. This, the company says, will help it address existing applications in consumer wearable devices with significantly higher resolution, accuracy, and range. Reliable non-invasive blood glucose analysis would be a game changer for diabetics. The current generation of Apple Watches can work with continuous blood sugar tracking devices, but it's enormously expensive. Something like Dexcom will set you back $245 for transmitters and $1,035 for 3 months' worth of disposable sensors, for example. But blood sugar tracking isn't just of interest to diabetics, and it could offer interesting analytics for those looking to eat better and lose weight. Depending on reliability, that may well end up being how Apple promotes the sensor. This assumes the sensor tech is ultimately viable, of course. Even if it works reliably and is convenient for users, there are other concerns at play, including what the additional sensors would do to both price and battery life. Perhaps that's why this is currently pegged as a 2022 product, rather than being unveiled in this year's Apple Watch 7. iPhone 13 Pro Max will be here in just a few short months. Thanks to a new video, its revamped design has been fully revealed ahead of schedule. iPhone 13 Pro Max dummy model next to an iPhone 12 Pro Max. A hands-on video of an iPhone 13 Pro Max dummy model has provided an early look at Apple's next flagship handset. While none of this is confirmed by Apple in any way, leaks like this are typically quite accurate when it comes to showcasing upcoming iPhone designs before their release. Last year's iPhone 12 Pro Max was a home run for Apple. It has truly excellent cameras, a gorgeous design, and long battery life. It's far from a cheap smartphone, but for Apple fans with deep pockets, it's the best money can buy. While the iPhone 12 Pro Max continues to be a powerhouse in 2021, all eyes are now on what Apple's doing to do next. Rumors of the iPhone 13 Pro Max have been circulating basically since the 12 Pro Max was released, and thanks to a recently released video, its upcoming design has been fully revealed. In a video titled, iPhone 13 Pro Max Early Look, showcases a dummy model of the phone. Dummy units like this are often used by accessory companies, allowing them to make cases and screen protectors for upcoming iPhones before they have the final product. While these dummy iPhones aren't functional at all, they showcase the design Apple is expected to go with. Assuming this particular model is accurate, the iPhone 13 Pro Max will have quite a few changes to look forward to. Notch and camera on iPhone 13 Pro Max. First things first, the notch on the iPhone 13 Pro Max is considerably smaller than it's been on all previous iPhones. Numerous rumors have suggested a smaller notch for this year's release, and looking at this dummy model, they were right. Face ID will be fully intact just like it is on the 12 Pro Max, but it's now been moved to the very top of the iPhone 13 Pro Max, almost touching the device's frame. While a change like this shouldn't come with any functional differences, it is nice to see Apple finally doing something to make the notch smaller. There are also some big changes on the back of the iPhone 13 Pro Max. Looking at the rear camera housing, it's quite a bit larger than the camera bump found on its predecessor. The camera lenses themselves are bigger, too, likely due to improved sensor technology Apple is using for the iPhone 13 Pro Max. Rumor has it that Apple is adding sensor shift optical stabilization to the ultra-wide camera this year, which is a feature that was introduced last year for the iPhone 12 Pro Max's wide primary camera. Elsewhere, the iPhone 13 Pro Max is a very familiar smartphone. It has a 6.7-inch display. The volume buttons, Siri power button, and alert slider are all in the same locations. And the flat edges of the iPhone 12 series haven't gone anywhere. Also present in a Lightning port on the bottom, indicating that Apple isn't ready to release a portless iPhone quite yet. More iPhone leaks are bound to be coming soon, meaning the let-up between now and the expected September release date should be quite interesting. So guys, this was all known information at the moment. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, like, subscribe, click the bell. Siri was with you.